In preparation for Warrior Season 2 trailer that recently dropped about a week ago, I took a look at the show. I didn't watch it last year when it was released. Just didn't have time to, just didn't get around to it. But it did intrigue me simply because it is based on Bruce Lee's writings. And I wanted to check it out, but I never got around to it. But I watched it this past Sunday, and I binged it the whole day. 10 episodes, nearly an hour each, and I really enjoyed the series. Very pleasantly surprised, and I'm going to give you my recap for Season 1, and then immediately following I will do the trailer reaction to Season 2, the trailer. Now, let's get into it and talk about the negatives. Rap music incorporated in the score is off-putting. Like it was in Man in the Iron Fist, if you watched that movie, if you remember that movie. Every fight scene was really just rap music and score and stuff like that, and rap, just rap songs that really didn't have nothing to do, didn't really fit. I mean, what rap music is gonna fit for a timepiece like that film? But at least it wasn't used in every fight scene in Warrior like it was in that film. Now, another thing is putting in racial tension and police corruption and all kinds of modern day social justice issues. And yes, it was in the original Kung Fu series. Wai Chang Kane, he dealt with that almost every day, and he had gotten into fights because of that. But the way it was included, it felt a little too forced and not natural for the time. Although it existed then, like I said, but it was written poorly for the show. It was like it was trying to, include what's going on now. And some of the interactions and some of the scenes really didn't feel like it would have happened then. Because even though the overriding theme is, racial, prejudice and all that stuff, police corruption and all that, but in this series, I don't think it would have gone that way. That's what I'm trying to say. And also the use of scenes that we've seen before in TV movies and TV shows and movies. Blatant ripoffs. Like you could see certain things that they incorporated into this TV series, and it's just like, yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, I've seen that before. No, you can't say that about any regular TV series or movies. You'll see that, but I'm talking about not being original. Is very blatant, and I'll get into that later on. Now let's go to the positives. Okay, the acting. Not one character was boring, and the actors and actresses pulled off their roles, and they pulled them off with authenticity and realism. You really felt for every character. There wasn't one character who's like, oh God, go away. God, I'm so bored with you, or I'm so annoyed with you. Not every character. And there was annoying characters, but they were annoying for good reason. And you wanted those guys to be killed or dealt with. I like that. I don't like it when someone's just too overboard and they just don't fit within everybody else. But I like the acting. It was very good. Now the fight choreography. It was a blast to watch. Each fight was different from the last and had its own identity. And they had a visceral brutality and physical nature to them. I always felt that Assam was in dire straits or was facing imminent death. Much like in a fight with him and Li Yong in the duel over the opium trade. Probably one of the best fight scenes that I've ever seen. Right up there with a lot of these amazing choreographed fight scenes with Donnie Yen films, and if you go back to Bruce Lee or to Jackie Chan, there's just legendary fight scenes that they've had in films, and this goes right up there. It's right up there with with those. It's amazing. It really was amazing. Now, the story. I really like the way it was presented in this film. I mean, it's in this film in this TV series. We have I just like that. I think it was well written. There's like I said, there's certain things that kind of offset me. Kind of like it was like kind of just like it didn't feel right. Some things, that really brought it up in my negatives. But I really like the story of Asam's journey and what he gets himself into, and the characters around him really, really, really complimented him, and it's a really, really a good series. The writing, like I said, you can tell that they got some writers that really know what they're doing. But I wish that there was certain things that I pointed out. I wish they would have, you know, kind of polish those things up and not be so keen to try to put in modern day stuff when it didn't really fit for that time. But let's go to my overall thoughts. Okay, now it is based off the original story ideas from Bruce Lee. His daughter Shannon is one of the executive producers of the show. Bruce Lee supposedly came up with the original idea for Kung Fu, the classic Kung Fu classic series from I believe it was late '60s, early '70s, and it also had revivals up to like the '80s and the '90s. Even Brandon Lee was in the TV series. I mean, the there was like the TV pilot or something like that where he was. I think it was a TV movie. And he was in there. Um, Now, the show The Warrior is pretty much based off of, I guess, the idea of Lee's has come to fruition. Like this is how I guess, he wanted it to be like. They're saying that he came up with the original idea of kung fu. There are people that refute that. They kind of, they don't think that that is actually the case. But Bruce Lee actually did audition for the role, but they thought he was too Asian. How it was back then during that time. But regardless, because of Bruce Lee, because of Shannon Lee, this TV series is here, and first season was amazing. It was really fun to watch, and I really loved and I enjoyed it. And also the show, it reminds me of other movies and shows like Into the Badlands and movies like Kill Bill. Now, the way the action sequences are filmed, it has a lot of that slow mo, frenetic action takes and also sped up shots. Like it's like how Into the Badlands is, and how Man with the Iron Fist is, and a lot of it works well, and a lot of it is kind of jarring, but they're trying to go for that look, which it works, like I said. But sometimes you're like, oh, a bit much here, but much there. But they didn't overdo it. Is what I liked about it. And like I said, the fight scenes I really enjoyed. Now, let's talk about this. Now, let's not forget about the blatant ripoffs of the scene where Mei Ling takes over the Long Z and the one man opposed to it. I say that, and probably some of you are thinking, yeah, I know where you're going with this. She calmly talks to him, okay, and then she stands a foot away from him. Now get ready. He shoots him in the head and kills him. Now, let me see. Kill Bill, when Oren Ishii, played by Lucy Liu, where she cuts off the head of one of the crime bosses. And the guy in Warrior even calls her a derogatory name, much like Boss Tanaka did in Kill Bill. And remember how, it's like, yeah, it's just like I saw it coming from a mile away, and it wasn't even done well. It's like it wasn't done well, and it was kind of haphazardly done by the Mei Ling character. It's just like it's just like we want to get this into the movie. I mean, into the TV show. I keep saying movie because it actually does. Cinematically, it was very well. I like how it's filmed. Cinematically, it was really just amazing to look at. But yeah, it's just like, okay, let's get that into the show because that's a good turning point. Make her a strong woman, a guy saying that, oh, you're a woman or you're a bitch, you don't need you here. And then as we saw that in Kill Bill. Kill Bill was done. She had a long ass speech, really just getting all those guys to listen to her, and Boss Tanaka like very he's like nonchalant, like didn't even really care, didn't want to hear what she had to say, calling her half breed and all that stuff. And then she just gets on the table and she just lops his head off, and then you know. And here, like I said, it just felt forced in this one, in this TV show. Now, Asam is the main character and done very well by Andrew Koji. He is the main focus and he carries the series, and the characters and scenes shot around him seamlessly interconnect, to say, with his character. Now, everyone from the two cops, Bill and Lee, to the mayor and his wife Penelope, who has a torrid affair with Asam, the Irish crime boss Leary, and Asam's fellow hatchetmen in the Hopeway clan, especially young Jun, who becomes an ally and close friend, as well as Father Jun, the leader of the Hopeway, who I compare to the Asian version of Samuel L. Jackson. The way that dude talked, it's like how Samuel L. Jackson commands the room. This actor, I've never heard of him before. I may have seen him in film before, and the guy really is a great actor, and the guy is like intimidating, dude. When that dude talks, especially you see that damaged eye of his, it's just like, oh shit, I gotta listen to this guy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna step on this dude's toes. Got a very good actor, that guy. And I loved how he commanded himself, his presence. I mean, this guy was really good. And he's, of course, the father, like I said, the father of Young Jun, who apparently his mom is like one of the whores from the bordellos there. So, probably it's probably a normal thing with the crime bosses there. They have their way with the women there. And we have a bunch of kids all over the place, Now, the Long Z clan are also well represented by Mai Ling, who is Asam's long-lost sister and a member of the Long Z. And also Ling's elderly husband, Long Z. And the enforcer and secret lover of Mai Ling, Li Yong. Now, Feng Hai Tong are represented by Zing, played by Dustin Nguyen, who I remember from the original TV series 21 Jump Street. And I remember this guy, and now that I look back and now that I know it's Dustin Nguyen, I'm going, okay. Now I thought I saw something I recognize about him, And the guy was pretty badass in this thing. He was really like ruthless, and the guy could fight really well. I think Dustin Nguyen. I think he trained later in life. I believe so. I'm not sure, but I know Jason Scott Lee, who of course was in Mulan. He was dragging the Bruce Lee story. That he became a martial arts expert when it comes to Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee style, and he learned for the film, and then he's a certified master now. And I think Dustin Nguyen, trained later. I'm trying to remember, but he was really, really good at this film. I'm thinking, damn, he made a good crime boss, or a good guy who took over for the one guy who got poisoned with his fish. And there's another one. His fish was poisoned and he dies. Where would you see that from? I don't know, Kill Bill Volume 2, right? It's like, but anyway, let's look at the side characters, like the black market arms dealer, Chang, and the brothel madam, Toy, and sleazy characters like the deputy mayor, Buckley. One guy that I did not like, meaning I don't like his character in the sense that I wanted that dude to get his, very well acted by the actor. But man, he made you hate him, because he was such a sleazy dude. He was trying to get both of these clans to fight, to have a war. He's working both sides pretty much, but or it's affecting both sides. I think we saw him more times with Mei Ling than anything. Right? Now, I love the story arc of Asam's arrival, ending up in the Hopway gang as a hatchet man, to his arrest and affair with the mayor's wife, his falling out with the Hopway and being what they called a coolie, working for the father of Penelope, to his return to the Hopway. It is quite an adventure for the series hero, or anti-hero, since Asam for the bulk of the first season works for the Hopway. But inside is a heart of a good man who only wants to belong somewhere, to someone, anything. The series really was really well done. I just hate the fact that it took me so long to watch it, and I was very entertained, and it really was worth it when I sat down and I watched that for the whole day, first season. So I'm very excited and anticipating the second season. And well, why don't we get into it? And I'm going to take a look at the trailer for season 2 of The Warrior or Warrior. But here we go. Awesome. I'll find some other dude. Alright, get into some tournament. Some knockdown, drag out, bloody balls. That was pretty quick, man.
Secret war of yours.
A toy.
All gonna suffer for it.
Chain.
No, Jake. You're gonna wish you had killed me.
There's always tomorrow.
Oh. They're gonna duke it out?
You're gonna tear apart Chinatown.
Woo!
You need to stop this.
I don't work for you.
That's right.
You and me, we have some unfinished business to sign.
I want to see those guys go at it.
Just the usual.
They didn't really have any kind of any kind of like run-ins.
My enemies to be your enemies. I trusted you, and you used me.
This sort of violence cannot be tolerated. You don't know this town like I do. They're happy to die, as long as they take a few of us with them.
So the new guy's crazy.
Oh, you got some new
We can work with crazy.
some new onion, huh?
I need chaos, and quickly. We spend every day living in their world. Today, they're gonna die in ours. Be grateful for your pain. It means you're still alive.
Oh, who's that? Oh shoot. But the nunchucks out. Oh damn. A little bit of homage to Bruce Lee, huh? There. Come on. Haha. Alright. Looks good. More action. You got some guys in the underground fights and stuff like that, and looks like it's gonna be more fight heavy in it than anything. And you're gonna see Leary and I guess his Irish mob go up ahead go up against Hop Way. That's gonna be a fight worth it. Like I said, I didn't see those guys except for like the verbal, when they, talk to each other pretty much, but no confrontations between the two. But I guess it's because their storylines really weren't, needed. They weren't like intertwined or anything except for the time when the court case and everything when he was up on some trumped up charges, trying to pin a murder on him and then trying to help out Penelope, but then yet, they made it to where he hurt her too and beat up these other guys without no provocation. But that's a good trailer. I love that trailer. And I'm looking forward to the when this series drops again. God, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's dropping this coming October. And I know that The Mandalorian's coming out in October, so I don't know if I'm getting that confused. I may have said it here, but oftentimes I don't see any of the things like the dates or anything because I'm so into the trailer, So I guess maybe it's probably is, but it can come out sooner for me, man. I really am looking forward to season 2. Hopefully, this show has more seasons and goes on for quite some time. I don't think that it's going to lose anybody's interest, unless they're tired of these type of shows. Into the Badlands didn't last long, and that was a great show. Great martial arts fight scenes, great acting, great characters. We'll see how long this goes, and if season 2 will be successful. If it's anything like season 1, these guys will have another season. But Anyway, that's my reaction to trailer for Warrior Season 2 official trailer. And also before that, I saw my recap of Season 1. Late to the game, but hey, better late than never. So for any of you who stopped, for those of you who stopped by and checked out this video of mine, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.